Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about information coming to light or some sort of investigation, filing a report. But we have this Five of Wands. That's what we're finding out about. Who is it that's been arguing? Who is it that's been, being subversive? They're trying to prevent something from happening, or they're trying to make sure nobody knows what they're up to. And they're going to hit a brick wall on that because there's somebody who has suspicions or has realized they need to do a little bit of digging here, right? Hello there, Jess. Hello, Key Controller. What's up, Peggy? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And let's see what else we've got. We're going to start with the Pause Tarot. And if you are in need of a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below. What's up, Tiana? Hello, Paul. What's going on? All right, Pause Tarot, what have we got? Sun in the reverse. Even just the paw holding the Ace of Wands makes me giggle. I love this tarot deck so much. So there is a new beginning or a new argument, a new attempt that somebody is hiding. It's like they're trying to move in silence. They don't want people to notice anything is off. They might be lying about where they're going or what they're planning on doing with, their night. Hello, Dr. Strangelove. Hello, Holy Yoga. Oh, you're so welcome. We've got the Four of Wands. King of Pentacles in the reverse. Page of Wands in the reverse. Ace of Pentacles. Is this like an illusion? So if this were about somebody buying a house, for example, this is, I'm going to paint over the cracks in the wall so that you don't ask about how great the foundation is or if there's ever been any flooding. I'm going to, not let you know there's foundational issues in the floor because I'm going to put new flooring over it. And this is like, how can we make this look better than it actually is? How can we, from the outside, dress it up? With King of Pentacles in the reverse, this could be, a lack of investment or financial issues. Like if you're trying to sell your company, you want to make your books look better. Pretty sure that's illegal. But we have somebody that's like, we'll make it look just a little bit better. It'll be all right. Hello, Hollowed. How are you doing? So with the Page of Wands in the reverse, it's like, I'm hoping somebody sees this as I want them to see it and not as it truly is. It's like, I want people to measure this wrong. I want people to look at this and think it's better than it actually is. Oh, this is a blessing, but it's not. So they don't want anyone to know what the real situation is. But we have Chariot clarifying the Sun in the reverse and the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Clarifies the Ace of Wands. So this is like, you might have thought that you were able to pull this off. Nobody knew what you were doing, or, somebody's going to buy your house and you totally hid whatever history it has. But the Chariot can also be a card that talks about law enforcement. So this, I really feel there's a detective or there's somebody looking into this, and it's not as hidden or unknown as somebody thinks. I mean, just look at the kitty cat. He means business. He's like, I know you up to something. I'm going to figure it out. Hello there, dude. Good timing. Just in time for the Pause Tarot. We've got Judgment. Hermit in the reverse. Yeah. I know what you're dressing this up as. I know what you're trying to make me see. I know you're playing a little magician game where you're like, look over here so that you don't see the trick that I'm pulling off over here. But I'm onto you. You can't fool me. They might be kind of keeping a low profile because they want to see what this King of Pentacles in the reverse is going to do. But this is somebody who is like undercover, like I'm following you every step of the way. You don't know it yet, but I know what's going on. And you're in big trouble. Ten of Wands in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles. I'm convinced we have some shell game going on with money, or we have some books that aren't accurate. We have some payees that aren't accurate. This is, I don't want you to know what's going on in my business, or I don't want you to know who I'm dealing with. I don't want you to know what my goals are. I don't think that's going to work out for them. This is the signs of the times. Hello, Israel. How are you doing? Number 19, the dice, chance. And number 37, the bees, community. Yeah, I think we have somebody that wanted to get a deal done before a community was made aware of what the actual consequences would be. For example, if you are told that they're building a giant Buc-ee's right next to you, for those of you who don't know, they don't make Buc-ee's in any other size but giant. And when I mean giant, or when I say giant, I mean like really big. My first encounter with Buc-ee's was down in Texas, which makes a lot of sense because Texas does everything big. But there are also a few here in Tennessee, and they are building a new one in Murfreesboro. Those people are going to deal with an increase in traffic. They're going to deal with a bunch of people who don't know how to take a left-hand turn onto a highway. Just saying. It's Bucee, I believe is how they spell it. But it's like, what is it? Like a squirrel with buck teeth as their little like mascot. But this is like, there's going to be an impact on the community, and they're being told, oh, it'll be great. You can finally pick up all those delicious treats that they make at Buc-ee's. You can finally, have some of their brisket sandwiches. I'm not getting paid for this, I swear to God. But for that privilege, you're going to have much worse traffic. You're going to have, maybe a significant shift in your neighborhood. There's a downside that somebody wants to completely like shove to the side. Like, we don't need to talk about that. We're just looking at the first part here. What are your benefits? But we don't need to think about what you have to sacrifice, right? That's not important. Yes, it is. Hello, Santiago. It's a gas station, but dude, it's like the biggest gas station you'll ever see. They are known for their clean bathrooms, and when you walk into the place where they have bathrooms, it's like a gymnasium with bathrooms on the side and like the sinks in the middle. It's a whole big production. Tiana, they make makeup for that, but it's about whether or not your makeup is strong enough for that. Hickeys, man. Can't remember the last time I had to deal with one of those. All right, so we also have feather and protection, or evil eye. And underneath feather, it says messages. I kind of read that weird, so we'll go over that again. Number 7, feather, messages. Somebody has been talking about this. Somebody has auditable information. It's a text message, it's an email, it's a report that was sent. And then we have this laptop peeking at us from the evil eye card. You thought you could pull one over on us. You thought you could convince us everything would be great. Maybe there'd be no damage to the environment. Like, we do need to take care of our environment, right? This is a, I feel, corporate deal. And it was like, no one's ever going to know. They'll sign the deal. What was that episode of Simpsons? Monorail? It's like that. But somebody's looking at the small print. Somebody's like, wait a second, what were those other towns you built the monorail in? That's right. They all had disasters. Maybe we don't want your monorail. Such a good episode. Now I'm going to want to watch that. Oh, no. Another one. It's been an interesting day in the live chat today, you guys. This is the Rider-Waite. What? Okay, so the first card we got from the Pause Tarot was the Sun in the reverse. The first from the Green Witch was the Sun in the upright. So this is, I'm doing whatever I can to make sure people don't look at the negatives, right? I mean, if this is about dating, this is like, here are all my good sides. Aren't they great? Don't you love them? Aren't you falling in love? Oh, no, don't look at the bad stuff. We don't want you to know anything about the bad stuff. We're gonna keep you in the dark about that. You can just pretend everything's great. But we had the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So this could be like a lapse in security. Maybe they had everything buttoned up tight. Nobody had access to any information. They were able to kind of convince people this is what I'm really doing. But if there was a lapse in a firewall, maybe somebody got a hold of a password, but there's some insight here into what I don't want anyone to know. Someone got through. Hello, Kingly Eagle. There's a ton of eagles out by me. I think you can actually watch a couple online. Now I want a Buc-ee's. The best thing I think they have, not that I've tried everything, I really do like their brisket sandwich, but they also have those, like, I think they're almonds. They might be pecans, but they like dust them in like sugar and cinnamon. Yummy. So we have the Ace of Wands. Again, we had that at the Pause Tarot as well. Yo. Okay, y'all. If you want just a real quick rundown on life advice, just a real, here, there we go. That's how we want it. Just a real tidy piece of advice. Do not be this person. Thank you, James. Do not be this person. King of Pentacles in the reverse, Hermit in the reverse, High Priestess in the reverse. You don't listen to anybody's advice. You don't listen to your own advice. And King of Pentacles in the reverse, money is everything, or you only think about yourself. You're not a loyal person. You're not a reliable person. You might make promises and then back out on them. This could be somebody who says, pay me this up front and I'll remodel your bathroom for you. And they take the money and they run. This is not trustworthy information or people. I don't like the High Priestess in the reverse adding on to that, because this is, I'm trying to hide from you what I'm doing because I know you wouldn't like it. So I know you would have a problem with it, right? Yeah, exactly. So we have the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Wands in the reverse. There's an unwillingness to let go of this. It could be, I'm willing to say, okay, you got me, I'll stop. And then I wait until you're not looking anymore. And then I do it again, right? Like a kid who's not supposed to have their hand in the cookie jar. You catch them, they walk away for a little bit. And then 5 minutes later, you find them right back in the cookie jar. This is somebody who's like, I'm not going to give up that easy. Even if I think you've figured me out, even if I think that you know what I'm up to, or whatever it is, I'm only going to give the illusion of stopping. You might have, already warned me and you thought everything was fine, but I'm back at it. being shysty. The Devil. Empress in the reverse. King of Wands in the reverse and the Page of Swords in the reverse. So yeah, just listen to the words that I'm saying and don't question if they're true. Just believe them because I'm telling them to you. This is like, oh yeah, you should believe everything that you hear because I told you to. This is emotional manipulation. This is trying to get people to feel like a false sense of security. Everything, we would never do that to you. Of course not. You're fine. But as soon as you walk away, you would find this King of Wands in the reverse energy, right? Like, oh, I don't care about them. I don't care about their concerns. I'm just thinking about myself. Just thinking about myself. Page of Swords in the reverse. They are hoping somebody doesn't find information, or they are trying to convince themselves that nobody will find out. They could be one of those I'm always the smartest person in the room kind of types. Okay, go. Six of Wands in the reverse, King of Cups in the reverse. This Eight of Cups that I'm clarifying with the Six of Wands in the reverse could literally be, I thought the investigation stopped. I thought I was in the clear. I thought everything was fine. And so I went back around doing what I was doing before, didn't think anyone was watching, and then they caught me doing more. This person's about to realize they have failed at hiding their intentions. And with the King of Cups in the reverse, they're going to have a bit of an outburst. They're going to lose their temper because I think really they're mad at themselves, but they're not going to admit that. They got to be angry at someone, right? Oh, I love that song. But she spells her name Sinead, I think. Because I don't know. I think she's Irish, right? Like they have some very interesting spellings for names over there. Like Siobhan. We've got Santa Muerte, which is the death card. This is the Santa Muerte deck, by the way. Feels like my blood pressure is rising with this reading. This person is not versed in caring about other people. They know there are heavy risks with this for other people, and they don't care. This is like, I'm going to sell you bad medicine, you know, like back in the 1900s, they could claim, oh, drink this mercury, it'll solve all your problems. I think that's Tuesdays with Morrie. No, 5 people you meet in heaven. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a serious ego death of somebody that felt they were infallible, somebody who felt like they could, you know, just tell you what to believe and you would believe them. But they're about to realize that their plans are no longer hidden and they can't lie about them, you know? Thank you, Santiago. What else do we have? Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. And the Star. This is going to be a very public downfall, a very public, maybe you lose all of your assets, maybe your business goes under. This is somebody who's been trying to hide what they're up to, trying to hide where their money comes from or how they make their product, whatever it is. They're going to be probably front page news. Everyone's going to find out you've been trying to hide this. An example that comes to mind that's a few years old was when Volkswagen was trying to convince everyone that they had figured out clean diesel, and then turned out that they actually had altered the like measurement tool in the car so that it would read as if it was cleaner, but it really wasn't. And they got in trouble for that. And there were some issues in terms of their, general appeal because of that. This is that same kind of thing. There could be a legal consequence, plus, you're going to be on the news because people are going to be like, you really did try to pretend that you were this awesome person building a monorail, but your monorail would kill people. So now we can see what your real plans were. Now your secret is exposed. Now we see you just wanted to take the money and run. How boring. So they get caught. They get called out. Four of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, this is like losing your status, losing an achievement, because the truth comes out. If you, had your entire business built on the fact that it was sustainable and somebody found out or exposed you for lying about that, that's the kind of thing I'm seeing here, right? You try to be this benevolent or like, oh, I'm doing things the right way. But people then realize the truth and you've been lying the whole time. And that's what ends up, kind of taking out this person's success or their business. Hello, Elise. How are you doing today? Seven of Wands. Justice. Hanged Man in the reverse. Judgment. This is some heavy energy, man. This is like, hey, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. I found that, firewall being ineffective, and that's how I got your information. Or I asked the right question at the right time. I heard how somebody was talking about your business. Whatever it is, it's justice is coming, even though you might have thought for a while, oh, I can convince these people everything is fine. Nope. No, you can't. Because there's a story here reporting on exactly what you were trying to do, and that's going to cost something, right? With the Hanged Man in the reverse, this could be like a sacrifice, because I was not willing to heed the advice and maybe change my ways or, stop breaking the law, whatever this is. I didn't do that. So now this is coming back to haunt me. Now this is going to be a problem. Now I have to, make it right. This is What's the News. I hear you, Elise. Oh, I actually kind of slept in a little bit. It was a pretty good musical, though. You got to be honest. It was pretty legit. Like, I don't think I've seen that for maybe a decade, and I can still hear it. Oh, I like that. No one has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. Abe Lincoln. So we have skirt. Quick getaway. Just like I said, give me the money and I'm gonna be gone. Knight of Wands. I can't stick around and see what happens for the fallout because I know y'all will be mad at me because you'll figure out that I lied to you. So they have to leave quickly. But they don't get to leave town before somebody says, we know what you're doing. Lift off, fast action, progression forward. The wait is over. All right, so now we know what you've been up to. Things are going to move very quickly. There could be a contract that gets nulled or voided. There could be somebody who has a charge. There could be somebody who, ends a friendship, ends a relationship, ends up negating a business partnership, but this is, you know, we don't play those games because we've done our research and we know what you're really up to, and we don't like that. Mm-mm. No, thank you. Let's see. This is the energy oracle. Woman holding a heart, number 44. And the fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. The fourth chakra is the heart chakra. Makes sense, woman holding a heart. And it's about self-acceptance. Interesting. Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Solar plexus chakra, and that's about self-definition. Who am I and what do I want to be? So whoever's doing this investigation is somebody that has compassion. Whoever is the Chariot, they could have Cancer in their chart. I know what's going on here. I'm going to report this, or I'm going to, put myself out there a little bit and be willing to tell my story, because I know that somebody is trying to pretend that they're solving a problem or healing something, but they're really not. They're making it worse, or they're going to cause problems. This is the classic, the Golden Lenormand. I don't know why I do that. It does look kind of classic. Maybe that's why. Number 12, the owls or the birds. This talks about information being communicated. So if this is a medical situation, or like the monorail, right? Oh, well, that led to chaos. There were actually some people that got sick. There were actually people that got hurt. Or that program got canceled, or it came to a close because they found some malpractice. There's looking into what happened in a different situation helps inform what's going on in this one and help this community avoid it, because it is coming across as highway robbery. You're coming in to propose something that you're going to do. You want to get paid a lot of money for it, and then what you offer is not what you actually promised. So paying for something and not getting it, basically. So we have a little bit of a challenge or an obstacle. Can we get the change that we need to avoid this loss? Can we get the community rallied behind making a change, or editing whatever this contract is, whatever it is they need to do to avoid this loss? This is the Voyage of the Soul. That's true. It's not my fault if you watch, what movie is that? I think it's called The Fourth Kind with Mila Jovovich. She's a hypnotherapist in Alaska, I think. That's where it all began. So we have cleanse and unknown. Salt, sage, soak, detox, and revive. I believe we had this one yesterday. And unknown, unfamiliar territory, void, obscure, wait, risk, and trial. So this trial word is what's really sticking out to me. This is like, we don't know how this works. It could be like a medical trial, right? We don't know if this is going to have a positive impact, but it looks like it could. Maybe it's an environmental thing where we're trying to clean up the waterways. Whatever it is, it's like, no, we're going to do this right. It'll be great. It'll be, a little bit expensive, but it's what you want, right? But there's no accurate data to suggest that this is actually going to solve the problem or do what has been promised. So we have spirits, the other side, souls, veil, and mediumship. and content. Okay, I thought it had veil over here as well. Whoever is investigating, they could be working with a psychic, or they could be kind of like a secret psychic. I feel like this is somebody who saw something that most people would not. That most people would miss. Now I'm thinking of the show Burn Notice. So they might be, excessively observant. We have self, inner temple, gentle, pamper, disconnect, and self-love, and magic, alchemy, shaman, worlds, orbs, fairies, and trees. So what magic can I get people to believe in if I know how to convince people? If I am a consummate salesperson, what can I get you to buy if you think it's going to, I don't know, help you lose weight, help you lower your blood pressure, whatever it is? It's like, oh, I can do that for a fee. And then I'm going to leave before you know whether or not it works. Okay. Gaia. Plants, grounding, purification, herbs, holistic, and earth. So if this is somebody who's saying, whatever I'm selling, it's, natural, it's organic, there's nothing concerning about it, it's good for you. No, it's not. This person is trying to make it sound like this is good for people or good for, the environment. It is not. This is the Kipper. If I can get it. What else do we have? Yeah, this is about money. Our King of Pentacles in the reverse could be, like I said earlier, they just care about money, bottom line. I don't care if this hurts my customers. I don't care if this monorail doesn't actually, work. I'm going to do what I can to make some money. Probably some fast money is what their opinion is. Hello, Serenity. How are you doing? Bad health in the reverse. I'm telling you, I feel like for a lot of you, this is whatever reports or claims there have been, I can promise you it doesn't have a negative impact on the environment or people's health. I think they don't know, or they know that it doesn't. Like, I want everyone to think that this is some miracle cure, or that this is some great way to build things and it won't make people sick. But the fact of the matter is they get proven wrong. And before they get paid or before they get this contract to go through, they're exposed. And it's quite clear that they were trying to make as much money as they could before they left and before anyone would realize their medicine doesn't work, or their project is, contaminating water. This is a clear contradiction to what it was that they said it was. We have unexpected income in the reverse, courthouse, and mature woman. So this mature woman, where do we have that? The woman with a heart. So this could be our investigator, but let's not get too caught up on the gender, right? It's a general reading. But we have somebody that has compassion, regardless of their gender. And they know that this is an important decision. They know that this is something that affects a lot of people. So it is because of their investigation or their determination to figure out if this was actually true, that they are able to protect a community from this loss or this problem. So good work, mature woman. We like you. This is the Masonic Tarot. Just keep in mind that the Masonic Tarot has mallets for pentacles and gold for like fire signs for wands, which can be a little bit confusing. What else do we have? 10 of gold in the reverse. So that would be like the 10 of wands, right? And the 5 of mallets or the 5 of pentacles. They're overwhelmed because they feel like their information being exposed or their plans, you know, being laid bare is going to ruin them. Their company will probably cease to exist. 2 of cups. Page of swords in the reverse again. I think we've had that twice already. So this could be entirely about who they are working with, where they source their materials, especially if they claim to be, you know, this is made in USA, but it's not, or this is sustainable and it's not. This is somebody having to walk back their claims or admit that whatever they promised was a total lie. And so this could probably, you know, result in somebody losing stock value. This could be somebody who ends up getting caught up in a pretty big lawsuit, maybe even a class action. 3 of mallets in the reverse and the 3 of cups. So this is like, we're not going to work with you. There could be a boycott, but we have a unity that maybe has been difficult to feel in this community before that starts to really become quite apparent because people are rising up together or they're working together to combat this dishonest business. Eight of mallets, which is the 8 of pentacles. The 8 of wands in the reverse, or the 8 of gold in the reverse, and the 4 of cups. So since we asked you to provide a service, or we were told that this is what you were going to offer us in exchange, right? Like we have everything laid out in the contract, but the terms that you put in that contract, they're not legit. You've lied about something, or you're going to have to maybe even like have a couple of settlements because of what came out. So this is like an overall rejection, whereas we might have thought you were a decent part of the community, or we may have thought that you were, you know, a good company. Now we're like looking at you as a pariah. We don't support you. Hello, Alexis. I hope you're having a good day too. Hello, Johnny with the diamonds. I hope you're doing well. Oh, I could see that. 3 of swords in the reverse. So we've gotten 3 threes from this deck. I do feel like the number 3 is important. Could be like I was telling everyone that I only partnered with this company in order to make my product, but there's actually this other company. Maybe it's, you know, from a country that's been sanctioned or something. 7 of swords, 10 of swords in the reverse. Tower. So because we gave you a chance or we told you what we required and you basically falsified reports or, you know, pretended you were doing the right thing, we've caught you in this lie. And maybe we could have found a way to make this work if you were not so determined to be dishonest about it. But now that we know that you were lying to us, even when we asked you about it, there's very little favor that you can curry among anyone in this community because we just look at you as a liar or somebody that's trying to, you know, be a little bit of a thief or you're shady. Hello, Iron Butterfly. How are you doing? All right. Oops. This is the Golden Girls. Let's see what else we've got. So we have the Lovers and the Reverse, the High Priestess and the Sun. So now that we know what you really are or what you've been hiding, how you approach your business, you can't lie about it anymore. We see it plain as day. It's right in front of us. And we know that that's not something our community is okay with. This is thanks, but no monorail guy. You're going to have to like move it. Nine of Swords. So now there's a bunch of anxiety settling in for this business, or, the monorail dude. What kind of consequences am I going to encounter? Can they put me in jail? Am I going to lose all my money? There's a lot of concerns that they're thinking about right now. Hello, Matt. How are you doing? I love Betty White. So we've got the Six of Wands and the Three of Swords in the reverse. So because I was willing to ask the right questions, or because my community is standing up together, united, they don't want to have these environmental or these medical concerns. They don't want to have these regrets, feeling like they were lied to for this contract or this deal or whatever it was. So it looks like we have an ability to address this before it gets really bad. The contract is nullified, or a new partner is found. All because we had this Chariot individual, somebody who was willing to really dig in, see what the past was for this company or this, type of plan, and learn more about who was behind it. And that's why we realized the Knight of Cups can be about an offer that isn't very realistic, right? The Knight of Cups can be a really romantic card, but it can also be, I'm daydreaming, or I'm thinking of things that would be great, but is it going to be real? I don't know, maybe. So their offer ends up being determined to be false or exaggerated in some way. You sold me this topical thing that you said was going to make my skin sparkle, and it doesn't sparkle. I just want to be like the vampires in Twilight, damn it. We have the Two of Pentacles, the World, and the reverse, and the Page of Cups. So it looks to me like there is a new agreement made, or a new, victor, somebody who gets the contract or gets, the ability to address this issue. And this is somebody who is more balanced in their approach. And it could be that this is someone who's more local as well. Maybe they were looking to outsource it to someone, and then they realized there's something better we could do with a local person. Hello, Melly. How are you doing? Hello. Is it Tamla? Can I say Miss Moore? I hope you're having a great day. All right, let's get a few from the Zodiac fortune telling cards, and then we'll call it a day, because I don't know if you've heard my stomach growling, but I need to eat some food. And I might have some pancakes up there. What do we have? Wealth inherited from an unexpected quarter. So for many of you, this is like a class action lawsuit. This is people getting their money back from a bad deal. A change for the best. Somebody being put out of business, or somebody having to be honest about what they do. Your troubles will vanish. Happiness ahead. You worry over small matters. And you have talent. Take advantage. Some of you are going to be tempted to say no to something pertaining to your talent. Maybe somebody wants you to star in their local theater, whatever it is. But you're supposed to say yes to something that you are initially tempted to decline or say no to, because you are quite talented. Maybe you're just a little shy. All right. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, everyone, for the likes and the subscribes. I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.